So just a couple of days ago, I played a pretty big festival. There was about 1,000 people in the crowd, and I was up there on stage playing with one of my favorites, one of my bros, Ollie Crooks. He's such a great artist here in Dunedin, and the festival was called Lobo Fest. It was it's an iconic Dunedin music festival, and I'm thrilled to have been able to play it. Honestly, like I feel like I'm fully integrated into my music scene here in Dunedin, and that's an honor. It's quite a high honor to play with that company of musicians. And the headlining act was a very legendary New Zealand reggae band called Catch a Fire, so that was really cool. Anyway, I'm a vlogger. I've been vlogging my music journey for about 6 years at this point, because I think documenting your journey, vlogging, is actually a super powerful thing you can do for yourself. And like, you don't even need to get views on your vlogs. Even if you just make vlogs just for yourself, vlogging is a form of memoir. It's a form of documenting your life. It's a form of journaling, and it's such a powerful thing to do, honestly. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I'm actually scripting a YouTube video about that on my other channel, but anyway, that's a different thing. But anyway, yeah, long story short, I'm a vlogger, and I'm vlogging my music journey, but my journey as a musician is starting to hit some big wins. Like I'm playing on bigger and bigger stages, and things are getting very exciting. But as we get onto some bigger stages, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I vlog that experience of being on a big stage? Because that's what I tried to do, right? I brought my phone up there, and it was a very tight turnaround when it was our turn to play. It was like tight. Come on, get up there, get your stuff ready, and let's just get on with the show, because it was like real, it was behind schedule. And so I got my stuff ready. I brought my Nord out, my stand, and got everything ready. And I was you could see the crowd, and at this point I'm actually pretty comfortable with a pretty big crowd. So I didn't feel at all nervous. I'm like, okay, I'll just pull out my phone and start filming stuff. And so I turned around, I pulled out my phone, and I started filming Hiram, the bass player. And yeah, I guess I just like kind of lost track of the time, or I don't know. I lost the focus of the reason why I was up there. I wasn't up there to film some freaking videos. Nah, bro. I was sessioning for my guy Ollie, who I love. Ollie Crooks. He's done so much for me over the years. He's honestly such a great guy, and he's always had me on board as his keyboard player. And I felt so grateful to be able to play for him at this Lobo Fest. And I was upstage filming the bass player, looking like an idiot in front of 1,000 people. And yeah, it was like Ollie Crooks like turned to me, and the MC lady was like ready to announce us, and Ollie is like he must have said it like a couple of times. I was like zoned out or something, honestly. I like lost focus, and Ollie's like, bro, come on, like what are you doing? Like, show's starting. And I'm like, oh shoot, show's starting. And I turned around to my keyboard, and it wasn't on. Oh my gosh, we were starting the song, like the drummer was already counting us in. The MC had already announced us, and I was like, oh shoot. I felt so bad. Like, I felt like such a fool, and that's not a great way to start a massive show like that in front of 1,000 people. You don't want to be off on the back foot like that. You want to be coming into a show feeling strong and empowered, and like, yeah, I'm ready for this, man. But like, I just felt like a bit of an idiot. Like, gosh, what was I doing standing up there filming? Like, the purpose of when you're on stage is not to vlog. The purpose is to play a show and deliver a damn good show. And my role there was to play the keys for Ollie Crooks. Like, it's his group, and I'm sessioning for him. It's not like we're the band. It's like his music, his vision. That's his achievement to get onto that stage. And there I was, like, dishonoring him and the purpose of why we were up there. And like, I actually put the show in jeopardy. Like, I could have totally messed that up. Like, I was really like slightly underprepared, and like I needed to get my keyboard sounds ready, and it's like, yeah. But here's the thing. when we came off stage, like Ollie, he did apologize. He's like, I'm sorry for like, you know, snapping at you. And I'm like, no, dude, like genuinely, thank you. Like I thanked him. I'm like, dude, thank you. This is a lesson I needed to learn at some point, because the stages that I'm playing on nowadays are getting bigger and bigger, and stage performance is actually, it gets more serious as you go along. Like I've been playing music, you know, in little gigs and little town halls and stuff for like 10 years, no, more than 10 years, like 12 years or something. And for the longest time, it's just been little town hall gigs, you know, little, or town hall, that's like big, you know, I mean like scout hall gigs. That's where I started, you know, just like some local audience, local crowd, you know, your friends, your mates. I've been playing a lot of shows over the years, and it's all very low stakes. But as you progress, as you reach bigger and bigger stages, what happens is that the stage show gets more serious. There's a lot more money involved. People are paying money to be there. You need to be on your A game. You know, it's a full operation. You've got sound techs running around like doing X, Y, and Z. You've got the, you know, the stage manager telling you to do this. You've got the MC. You've got so much going on, and you need to be on your A game. And I feel like if I didn't learn this lesson, I could have learned it in a much worse way, like in the future. And it might be in the near future, because my band, Emily Ellis, we're literally opening for 660, which are like they're like one of the bigger, more successful bands from New Zealand. And we're opening for them next month, or actually in a couple of weeks. And imagine if I like was like vlogging up there and I was not prepared to play. Like, yeah, I feel like I could have learned that lesson in a much worse way, and it would have been much worse. So what can we learn from this? Well, what we can learn is that there are only lessons, literally. Like I could have got like all grumpy or something at Ollie, or felt like offended or something, but it's like, nah, dude, you don't get offended. You just learn a lesson. Like that's the purpose. That's why it happened, bro. I was like, oh yeah, I needed to learn that lesson. And I'm glad I did. And by the way, after the first few songs, like that kind of went away, and I was like really stoked to be up there. I'm like, let's go, you know. Boom, da, boom, da, boom, da. It was great fun. But yeah, that's about all for this story. So there are only lessons, and when they come, learn them well. Okay, learn them well. And yeah, that's all. Good luck, and I'll see you.